Last week's video was a short review of what's like to fly short-haul international flights with LATAM. As part of my Brazil trip earlier this year, I also took 2 domestic flights with LATAM inside Brazil. Next up is what you should expect when flying LATAM domestically in Brazil. First of all, the boarding process. Not only in domestic flights but on every single flight, LATAM uses groups to board. It can be a little slow depending on the flight, but it is quite organized. LATAM Brazil is the former TAM and consequently has older and newer planes. In one of the flights I made with them corresponding to the Sao Paulo to Salvador route, the interior and seats seemed to be rather new and were quite comfortable and functional, featuring a seat pockets, for example, for the traveler's use. Instead, in the Salvador to Sao Paulo flight, the plane was painted in a new livery in contrast to the other plane, but the interior was still old. The seats were rather hard and the legroom was poor. The same seat was in the A320 that later on took me back home to Buenos Aires. Into the soft product or catering service, I actually was not expecting anything, but for my surprise they did serve in both of the flights a drink service together with some little cookies. Of course this won't fill you up, but still it is good to be served something in the air. Bear in mind that one of the flights was at night and the other in the morning, so the service must be the same no matter what time of the day it is. LATAM offers entertainment via their mobile app called LATAM Play. The first flight from Guarulhos to Salvador did have the Wi-Fi signal that lets the app work, so I could use it, even though, as I have been saying in my latest videos, the selection was really bad. Instead, on the other flight with the older seats, this Wi-Fi wasn't available, so the app couldn't be used. Something that you should bear in mind if you're planning to fly with them is that the seat reservations for domestic segments are not for free. They charge an amount which I really don't remember, but I did not pay. Consequently, on my flight back to Sao Paulo, I was assigned a middle seat, which added to the uncomfortable seat itself and poor legroom made that flight rather bad, even though luckily it wasn't that long. So, what can I say as a conclusion for flying LATAM domestically in Brazil? I can say that the service at least seems to be consistent among all of their flights. Instead, their aircraft and hard product are certainly not. While on my first flight the seat and its comfort were decent, and the plane was equipped with the Wi-Fi signal that lets their in-flight entertainment app work, the seat on my second flight was uncomfortable and it had no Wi-Fi signal, so there was no entertainment. Would I fly them again on these kind of routes? I actually wouldn't have any problem, because after all, we're talking about rather short flights, but of course, they are not a perfect option. That's it for today, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video and found it useful. Subscribe to the channel for more of this content and check the channel for older videos. Thanks a lot for watching and on to the next one.